Hey guys, so today we are going to paint our Ladybug craft. So we start by covering the table and applying a smock. It keeps our table and of course the toddler clean, paint free. So we got our newspaper and she's got her smock on. And then I gather all of the supplies. So the supplies we're going to use today, we're going to use black pipe cleaners. I'm going to use wax paper. I have 2 paper plates. I have a hole punch. I have these, I think they're like push pins or they're like split pins. I have double-sided tape. We have our paintbrush. We are going to make red and black ladybugs, so I have our black and our red paint. I also have a pair of scissors and then just some type of container to put the paint in. Since our paint is in big squeeze tubes, I always use some type of container to put the paint in. It just makes cleanup a little easier and keeps the mess contained to just the container. So let's go ahead and get started. So we are going to start this craft by painting one of our paper plates. And we're gonna, since this is gonna be the body of the ladybug, we are gonna use black paint. So I'm gonna, black paint. I'm gonna give you some black paint. Well, now that she's got this side painted, we're going to set it aside to dry, and then we're going to flip it over and paint the other side.
Okay.
So while we wait for the bottom to dry, we're going to go ahead and cut our second plate. I went ahead and drew these lines, if you can see those. So we're going to just cut, and this is going to make the top, your head, and your wings, well, the outer wing of the ladybug. Now we're going to take our wax paper. You can also use a plastic bag or saran wrap, really just anything that's going to be kind of a plasticky material. We just had a ton of wax paper, so we're just going to use wax paper for these. This is going to make the inner wing of your ladybug. So I'm going to just take the wax paper here and we're going to cut a strip so that we can cut out some wings for our ladybug. How long do you want to make your ladybug wing? About here? Yeah? Okay. And then I'm just going to fold this in half so I can easily cut the 2 wings at the same time. It's just going to save me a little bit of time. Give me a more even look on each side.
That's a 1 wing.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you cutting it?
So before we attach the inner wings to the head, we're going to go ahead and paint the head and the outer wings while we're waiting for the body to dry. So let me actually cover this up so that you can use the next color. So we are noticing as we're painting that the paper plate's moving a lot, so she's found it easier. So we found it easier if I just hold it or help her hold it so that she can paint it.
Hi, I'm painting.
Yeah, you're painting.
Because we're painting the head, and the wings. Because I picked a plate.
Okay. All right, well, she's got the head done. We're going to set this aside to dry while we work on the outer wings. And when painting with a toddler, don't be afraid to get covered in paint. It happens. It's okay. It's all part of the fun.
Done.
Second wing done. Now we just gotta wait for these to dry. We can flip them over and paint the back. All right, so now we're going to paint the other side of the body. There you go. You want to paint? Can I give you some more paint? All right, now we are going to do the other side of the head. I'm going to paint that. All right, so we have everything painted. We're going to let those dry. We're actually going to go clean up a little bit, and then we will come back and move on to the next step. So we thought about it after the fact and realized we wanted the ladybug's head to be black. So we're going to go ahead and paint the ladybug's head black. We probably should have done that at first, but we didn't think about it until just now. So we're going to do that really quick.
More black, more black.
More black. Okay, here.
I'm doing my ladybug hat.
All right, now we are going to add our polka dots to our wings. Ready?
Polka dots are too.
So we're just not painting, we're gonna add dots like this, okay? So only teeny, teeny, tiny dots. All right, we have all of our dots on our wings. We're gonna let these dry, and then we're gonna go ahead and cut our pipe cleaners for our legs while we wait for these to dry. Well, Alexa decided to grab a small snack of some Cheetos. I'm gonna go ahead and get these pipe cleaners cut for our legs and our antenna. So I'm actually gonna take one pipe cleaner and cut it in fourths. That will give me 4, and I need, I'm glad. So we used 2 pipe cleaners. We got enough cut. We cut them into fourths, so we have 6 legs and then 2 pieces for antennas. So once the dots that we put on the wings dry, then we can go ahead and continue the rest of the craft. So I also forgot in the beginning to mention too, we're gonna be using a stapler, and we're gonna use the stapler to attach the legs to the body. And then I also got this adorable little download. I'll leave the link in the description below. But this, we talked about the life cycle of the ladybug this week, so this kind of gives a little summary of the life cycle of the ladybug, and we're gonna attach this to the body so that when we open the wings, we can see this as a quick reference. Also, if you were curious, I always start with an extra stack of newspapers, so that way as we're painting, I can just add a layer. So if you look under here, these are the layers we painted with today. And so it just allows us to keep working without having to continue to change the paper out. So I can just pull from the stack that I started with, and actually our stack's actually empty now, we ended up using them all. But so I can pull from the stack and use those to just layer up where we had painted, so then we don't get paint on something we didn't want to get paint on. All right, so now we are going to add our legs to our body. So we're going to use our stapler and our cut pipe cleaners, and we're going to attach 3 legs on each side. All right, so show them. So what did we just do? What are these? So we attached the legs to our body, right? So next we are going to attach our inner wings to our head, and we're going to use double-sided tape to do that. You can also use glue if you'd like, but we're going to use double-sided tape. All right, so you stick the wings on. You take one wing, and you guys stick one wing to this side. Can you stick that up right there? All right, and stick the next wing on. Stick it on at the top, up there. Good job. All right, so let's show them. So now we have our wings attached with our double-sided tape to our head. So now we're going to attach our head to our body, but first I'm going to add our layout of the life cycle of the ladybug to the inside, underneath the wings. So we're gonna put this down right here, okay?
Yeah.
So you wanna attach that to the inside of your ladybug? Put it right there in the center. Don't push too hard. There we go. All right, so now we are going to attach the head. We are gonna use staples only because I'm afraid the glue, if we used glue on top of the paint, it wouldn't stay very well, so we're gonna staple the head on. All right. So now we need to put little holes here so we can add our antennas. So I'm actually gonna just use scissors, and then we can stick the pipe cleaner through. All right, so now we're going to attach our, do you wanna put your antenna through the hole? See right there? Mommy made that hole. Good job. So we have the antennas inside, we have our body, our legs, we have our inner wings. Now we just need to attach the outer wings. So for the outer wings, we're going to put a hole, so if you look at it here, we're gonna put a hole right here in this corner on both of them. I originally was gonna use a hole puncher, but I have, I'm afraid that these that I have are gonna be too small for the size hole that a hole puncher is gonna put, so I'm gonna just use the scissors like I did for the antennas. What we're gonna do with these is we're gonna attach them like this, but I'm gonna put a hole right here in the center on the bottom plate as well, so that the wings can open, so that they can fly. Now we have our ladybug. It has its outer wings, and then the inner wings are on the inside. These outer wings can now open. Well, these outer wings can now open, just like on a real ladybug. And then their inner wings can come out. So that it can fly. And then on the inside, if you can see here, you can see the life cycle. It gets a little covered, but it's in there. You can see the life cycle of the ladybugs. Well, thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the craft, and if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button below, as we'd like to have you come back, and please check back later. We're going to have tons of other crafts and other fun things to do. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.